And Sisolak didn't have to make it so bad. It wouldn't have been nearly as bad if it was 30 days. So he basically, I'll give him the credit for destroying Vegas. And I did. I got my Twitter shut down because I was yelling at him so much, and he got his little panties in a twist. And they were like, can't be saying this thing to the governor. Imagine me pushing the boundaries always. So I was going viral on my Twitter. People were like loving it, but then it went down fast. But I still do my blogs. I wasn't so, that was like, I'd made like some video on Twitter, that one. My blogs weren't, those didn't go down. But I think that they were on Periscope, but Periscope went down, so. But anyways, that was just, you don't do that. You don't do that, like, to the town. Like, we didn't need that. We didn't need it for 78 days. When other places were opening, and they did so much structure of, like, you know, the masks and the plastic everywhere, you know, it was very safe, you know, for people who were talking about, like, health. But it didn't make sense to close Vegas for 78 days, because I know there was this virus going around, but the thing is, like, these places died after that, you know? So it's like, oh, you're going to die from the virus, or we're going to die from the fact that no one has any business and we all can't survive now. So it's like, either way, Vegas was screwed. And Vegas did take one of the biggest hits because it is all entertainment for the most part, or it was. Now they're trying to not be so much entertainment. But that was the first thing to go when there's a pandemic, is entertainment. So these people really suffered here, you know, with all the bartenders, all the cocktail waitresses, all the entertainers, all the dealers, you know, like any of the people that like were relying on other people's tips, like tipping them, you know, like even when you weren't even working on the strip, if you were just like at a local restaurant, you know, all those things, you know, like even when they opened back up, there's less people going because people did go to places from the strip, you know, like when you stayed on the strip, they would go sometimes off strip to things, you know, there were some restaurants that were popular for the tourists, you know, that were off strip, and like all of those have just like completely, most of them gone out of business because they can't just rely on the locals, you know, and with the tourism way down. So many things in Vegas, they're flexing, you know, they're trying to adjust and go different directions. That's why we have so many sports teams now. They had to get into something, you know, like, okay, since we can't be the only sports betting, let's just have the games here, you know what I mean? So they're kind of just grasping at straws at this point. But it's kind of fun. We're getting the A's. I feel bad for Oakland. We took the Raiders and the A's. We used to talk to some of the Oakland Raider fans when we were, you know, documenting the stadium and when the roof thing happened. They were livid. Some of them were suing the Raiders and stuff. Because the Raiders, I think, were supposed to stay, but then there was like this thing where like they were supposed to build the Raiders a stadium in Oakland, so that's kind of how they got out of it. But it was like, yeah. So I think, I don't remember who ended up winning the lawsuit, but if they had built a stadium for the Raiders, then I don't think they would have been able to legally leave or something. But it was like they had kind of dropped their ball of the contract or something like that. But they were all up in arms, and these guys would call me and Rich and be all totally up in arms, and we were kind of just in the middle because we were kind of happy they were coming here. I mean, we felt bad for Oakland, but we were like, it's kind of cool. But then, oh man, these people, and then you had the people in Vegas that were like hating on the Oakland people, so it was this big drama we were all in the middle of in like 2019. People literally call my phone from Oakland, these people from Oakland telling me about this. I'm like, we're suing and da da da. So that's why in the one song we say Oakland Jedi I am, because we were like all into the Oakland stuff for a minute. And also Richard lived in Oakland before. Yeah, he lived in Oakland when he was younger. And you know, I'm from California, but I'm from Placerville, California. What do you? I think I'm gonna jump off now. It's a beautiful morning out here, but I've already kind of blogged a lot this morning. I've been blogging since what, like, it was like 3 a.m. I think it was like 3 a.m. I don't know what time it is because my watch doesn't actually work. It could work. This is how lazy I am. All I need is the battery, but it's been like this for like 6 months. Not telling time. It's apparently 5:40 always. But I still look at it as if it tells time, like all the time.